Alright, I hope y'all are ready because we got Mystery Power Cube Yu-Gi-Oh! Edition. Gonna find out whether or not we got scammed in Yu-Gi-Oh! Realms. This is from one of the things that I picked up from the other day, along with the mystery box and the two Yu-Gi-Oh! Boxes that I had. I made a... Okay, hold on. We're gonna get a bigger cut in here, because it did not want to open. There we go. Now we're getting it. Alright. I bought this because I bought another mystery box of a different kind. You want to see that? Check out the last video. And saw these mystery power cubes. I picked them up from Pokemon, and they are inevitably always a scam. But the thing with Pokemon is they don't come with 10 packs in them, as well as 50 random cards. So I figured it'd be cool to go ahead and try out one of these Yu-Gi-Oh! Power Cubes, because they come with packs and all sorts of other stuff. I assume that is a good card there. We'll set that to the side. But we got Star Pack. We get 5 of these. I don't know what's in them. I don't know what that is, what set that is. We'll set that there. Here is a stack of cards. 5 packs, which this box is not super great for these because they are not fitting in here perfectly. There's another card there. We'll set that to the side. We'll go over those in a little bit. But yeah, so I figured I'd pick one of these up and test it out and see what we got. Actually, I'll set that back there so it's a little more out of the way. The other packs we got though: Wild Survivor, that one is facing the wrong direction. Battles of Legends, Duelist Nexus, Valiant, Smashers, and Tactical Masters. If any of these are particularly great sets, do let me know, because that'd be cool to know. I don't know much of anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! Unless it is like really old school Yu-Gi-Oh! And even that I barely know anything about. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out all of these cards though. I do not know what is bulk. I do not know what is rares. I assume rares are holo cards. So far I think all of these starting ones are holos. Yeah, that's a holo. Sorry if it doesn't come across like they're holos and stuff. They are a little bit difficult for me to see as well. I wish I had better light down here, but I do not have like a great light situation, so I just make work what I can. Some of these though, like these, very obviously hollows. That's easy to tell. But some of the other ones are a little bit more difficult. Of course, I'm going to use the collector app. It looks a little bit scratched. Rough shape. Poor guy. I'm going to use the collector app to go through and check some of these. Looks pretty cool. And put them in to see what is what. Okay, I think those were the 20 rares, and I think this is our 30 like bulk, just regular cards. So we'll go through these. Probably some solid cards in here that are playable or something. I don't know. I will know when I go through the actual app and check everything. But here we go. Hopefully we can get at least... Oh, I have holo versions of the limit removal. Hopefully we can get at least about $20 in value out of this box, because that's what I paid for it. Between this mystery box and the other mystery box, they were both $20, so I figured it'd be a pretty fair comparison to buy one of each and see what was in them, because, well, they're both the exact same price for being the same things. So those are that, and now we're going to see they had 2 extra cards. So Butter Spy Protection, and then there's this one, which is actually kind of gnarly looking. Induced Explosion. I kind of like that one. Looks like it's got a little bit of scratching and stuff though, so it's not in the best of shape, but it's a pretty interesting looking card. Looks kind of old. I don't know whether or not it is, but hey, we'll take it. We'll set these to the side here, and we will go ahead and get into these packs. So like I said, I don't know whether or not these are particularly crazy good packs, whether they're just kind of bulk like throwaway packs and stuff. These seem really light, like there's not many in here. There might only be like 3 cards in here. There are only 3 cards in here. Oh, that last one's got, ooh, look at that. That's pretty cool. That's nice and sparkly. That's dope. Alright, we'll set that one to the side. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that. It's got the same almost pattern that, Scarlet and Violet's EXs had. Except that looks a little bit nicer than those did. I didn't like the Scarlet and Violet ones because they looked a little bit cheesier. But these actually don't look too bad. Okay, it looks like they all come with one. Alright. I'm sure they're probably not anything insane. But that makes sense that they're called star packs then, because there's a star card in them, because it's a nice little star pattern. That's actually a pretty cool pattern though. Nice hollow. Alright. I apologize, I'm going through these a little slow. I go through things a little slower when I don't know what they actually are, because I'm trying to actually like dissect a little bit what I'm opening, and then just try and get a little bit of a better understanding the best I can while I'm opening them, what I'm looking at, and what's good, what isn't, or at least trying to figure out an idea of what might be good and what isn't. But I have a feeling these are probably nothing too crazy, but they're kind of cool. This one has a gnarly little thing here. I don't know if you could see it there. It's kind of hard to see through the video. For me though, I can see it. Like, there's this line, you can kind of see it there, where that one is cut in half. That is the line where the foil ends and then restarts. There's a very distinct line that I can see without the camera, or when I'm not looking through the camera. It's kind of crazy. You can kind of see it here as well. See that, where it cuts off? Like, I can see a very distinct line outside of the camera. So that's probably not great. But, oh well. Who cares? It don't matter. Alright, now we're going to get into these. I wonder if these are also like mini packs, or if these are just regular full-fledged packs. Okay, it looks like these are just regular packs. I'm going to try and keep the packs intact enough so that I can actually go back and check them out, because I always like to check them out as I'm going, just to see what the different things are. If I keep the pack intact and keep them in order, then I know which ones were what, and I will be able to go back through and check everything out later and see what packs were like good, what were like kind of just throwaway packs that are just in everything, that kind of stuff. I at least like to try and figure it out. I kind of like the little cat plant here. It's kind of funny looking. Let's see what we got. Alright. This is one of those that everything is hollow. It looks like it. Only 5 cards in this one. Dark hole with that kind of a pattern just works out. Almost likes like a black hole, just a little bit darker. This feels like a little bit of a thicker one. This one seems to probably have a couple more cards in it. The last one only had the 5 in there. This one's got a couple more though. Greed jar? Oh no, if that was Pot of Greed, I would be giving that to my buddy. He has wanted a Pot of Greed card because it's just the funny joke Pot of Greed for so long. I'm like, if by some chance I come across a Pot of Greed while I'm opening Yu-Gi-Oh, or I come across one while I'm at a card show or something, I will get you a Pot of Greed, because he wants one so bad just for the funny joke of Pot of Greed, which is kind of a thing that's on my Twitch channel and stuff. If you haven't checked me out over on Twitch, we make those jokes a lot. I've got a couple of stickers that are, emotes that are surrounded around Pot of Greed and that kind of stuff. It's just kind of funny. But I have not managed to find one. Jar of Greed, though, close, or I might have to look back at that one. I can't remember exactly what it was called. What was that name? What was it called here? Greed jar. Greed jar. basically Pot of Greed, but not quite the same. But last pack here, Tactical Masters. Let's see what we got. This pack is very loose. It's sealed, but it is a very like loose feeling. All right, Lady Lilith. All right, let's see what we got. Anything? That guy's kind of funny. Quick Booster and a Rudic Fountain. All right, a bunch of stuff, a bunch of packs that I have never opened or seen before. So that was interesting. I don't know whether I got anything crazy good out of those or not. Like I said, if you guys know you saw anything that stood out to you, please let me know. I have no idea. I try and do my research after I get through all this stuff, but I don't open Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't know. But if you enjoyed, want to see me open more Yu-Gi-Oh and try and figure out what I'm doing and figure out what I'm looking at, let me know. Leave a like, subscribe for more videos in the future, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.